People, how we doing? So it's a wet and a bit cold Monday morning. But Mondays don't always have to be shit if you're going riding. You know, it's not ideal riding when it's a bit wet, but at the end of the day, this is England, and if you want to ride more than just in them summer months, you gotta do it. Gotta be done. So I was going to discuss a little bit about, I had an idea from a friend of mine, another good YouTuber, Adamoto. He's got a good channel, so go and check his shit out. I'll put a little name up on the top so you can, top, bottom, middle, wherever it comes up, so you can see, you can give him a follow. I ain't going to put a link in because I don't have a clue how to. What's he pointing at? Oh, he's pointing at that big old rain cloud up there, as you can see. But yeah, so anyway, so Adamoto, he gave me a good idea. One of his latest videos was why he rides. I think he gave 5. Hang on a sec. I need to get his hair out of my mouth. Ah. Yeah. Where the fuck these hairs are coming from? He gave 5 reasons why he rode. Now I'm not going to give 5 because one, I'll lose count and I'll probably start talking more crap than I want. So I'm just going to give you my rundown of why I ride, why we all ride, why I think we all ride. Or, well, it's personal to me, so it's why I ride. But, so why I ride? So, since I was a little kid, I always knew I wanted to ride a motorcycle. You know, my parents didn't really ride bikes or anything like that, but it was just something that just called out to me. It's just like, you know, that they're just called on though. Like when you're a kid and you see a big, noisy motorbike, Harley Davidson, sports bike, anything, it's just like, it's just a crazy machine. So you just, it draws you in as a kid, you know. But I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so my upbringing was He-Man, Thundercats. Everything was like ultra violent, macho, you know, Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rocky, comic books. So everything I was surrounded with was just like, you know, badass shit. You know, watching the Terminator on that Hardy Fat Boy saving John O'Connor was a highlight for me, and I never forget that moment. And you know, even silly cartoons like Biker Mice from Mars, you know, you all watched that cartoon if you're around about the same age as me. It was, I feel like with me and bikes, it was always inevitable. It's going to happen sooner or later. And then when you get that bike, I'm telling you, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to trying to get people to understand, it's like, you know, you wouldn't get it unless you ride a bike, but you really wouldn't, because I'm assuming you're probably watching this video because you do get it. And if you are watching this video and you ain't got a bike and you're thinking about getting one, trust me, there's not many things I can say are the best things I ever did in my life. One of them's getting married and having my kids, but one of them, I guarantee you, is getting my bike license. I was so excited when I got that bike license. And it ain't even about the bike. Like, yeah, Hardys are awesome. I love Hardys. But listen, motorbikes are awesome. Like, it doesn't matter what you ride. If you ride Japanese cruisers, if you ride a sports bike, everyone gets it. They all get it. You get, you know, different types of people within the, you know, in the culture. Some of them are dickheads. Some of them are, you know, you're going to get dickheads and wankers and everything you can do, but ultimately, I've never ever been involved in something where you can be so friendly and make new friends. Like literally, if I'm down, you know, somewhere, I could be anywhere, getting a burger somewhere or just chilling, I might see a guy wearing a Hardy t-shirt. Now, if I start talking to him about Harleys, touch wood that he's actually got one. Most of them do, some of them don't, but that's all good. You can still support the brand. But mostly it's just a conversation starter, and I'll ask him what he rides, and then we're chatting for ages, and then that person, you couldn't come up to someone on any other kind of thing and start just talking to them about most things. And like, when you go to bike, you know, events, bike nights, anything, everyone there, I would say 99% of people there are willing to talk to you, be friendly to you. It don't matter what colour you are, if you're fat, you're small, Chinese, black, white, it don't matter. You're like, you're on a bike, and I think bikes transcend all other cultural kind of barriers, like even language to some degree. I mean, it might be a bit of a forced conversation if language is involved, but honestly, like, you both ride motorcycles, and as far as I think most bikers are concerned, that rules over everything else. Me and Club Style Sporty up here, I've been riding with him since I got my bike. I pretty much exclusively, you know, we always ride together. I could, you know, ride with other people sometimes, but you know, from that, you know, we always knew each other, friends in school. But since we started riding, you know, we've hung out a lot more. I don't know where he's going though. Maybe he's got a problem. But yeah, like, you know, it creates stronger friendships, I think, because you ride together. You know, there's got to be an element of trust, because you got that person might be behind you, you might be behind them. You know, there's people develop very long-lasting friendships, and again, that's like part of the allure, I think. Is, you know, it's friendship, and it's like community, and you know, if you really want to get deep into it, you know, you've got clubs, and you know, and and those guys, you know, they're to be respected, because it's not just about riding the motorcycle and wearing, you know, patches and stuff. Them guys are fully committed to that lifestyle, and they ride, and they got, you know, they ride hard, and they ride long hours, and they've got, you know, very, very strong brotherhood bonds and things like that. So you've got to respect every element of this culture, I think, and you know, that's what you can get out of it. You know, people join different clubs, you know, for, you know, Freemasons or tennis clubs or basketball teams, and all of those kind of things, they all create, you know, like a sort of form of camaraderie, I think, between people. And motorcycling is no different, except, you know, motorcycles is just never ending. It's like, you know, there's always a different, there's always another bike you want to buy, and you know, you could ride with people that ride cruisers and Harleys, and then you could go and buy yourself a Yamaha MT10, and you could ride with some crazy mothers who like get the Power Ranger gear on and want to go 180 mile an hour. That's cool too. Ain't for me. I'd shit myself proper. That ain't for me. I like Harleys. Fast enough for me, but ain't like, I don't feel like I'm gonna die. These roads are dirty as hell. But yeah, that's it. Like, it ain't about the speed for me. It's just about enjoying riding. I want to enjoy what I'm seeing as I'm going past it. I don't want it to be going past me at 200 mile an hour. Like I say, I think I got into motorcycling probably at the right age, because if I'd got into bikes, I think in my early 20s, late teens, I reckon I probably wouldn't be here now, because I was a bit of a crazy bastard when I was younger. So I reckon I'd have been getting hurt. I mean, I did some pretty stupid stuff anyway. I used to work out, I used to do like the whole working abroad sort of thing, being like a UK worker. I did like a Malia season and stuff, and I send myself shivers, like how we used to carry on out there. I used to ride around a little 125, and I used to wear nothing but a pair of sunglasses and a pair of short shorts that were so damn short they were like pants, and that was how I rode. What's going on here? Little roadblock. I wonder if we can get through. Yeah, whatever. Definitely going through here. I'm not being funny, but you know, that bit of road was alright to get through. Road closed for cars. That's why we ride motorcycles, because you got a lot more freedom. You ain't got to listen to that crap. I'm not going all the way back there. No way. I ain't about that bullshit. Nah, man. I got places to be, baby. People to see. Which gives me, takes me to point 3 of why I ride a bike. Because it ain't a car, and you can do things in a bike that you can't do in a car. Now you see that poor old geezer back there, he weren't very happy, he ain't going nowhere, he ain't getting through that, because he ain't got a bike. And this is why we ride bikes, because when people say freedom, I don't know if they really understand, But you can go on a bike anywhere someone can walk, basically. Like if your handlebars can fit through it, you know. And if most people's handlebars ain't wider than a person's who's got big shoulders, like, you know, shoulder width. You can go there. You know, you can take your bike cool place. You can take your bike down paths. You can take your bike to beaches and take pictures of it. Whatever you want to do, you can go off the beaten track and like go wild camping and all that kind of shit. You can do what you want. So I'm not saying disrespect people and, you know, the rules and things like that. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it's, you know, it's a different form of transport. To me, it's a bike. If you can go there on a push bike, you can go there on a motorcycle at the end of the day. That's the way I see it. And like, you know, I wouldn't like disrespect anyone's property and like, you know, damage property and all that kind of thing, but like I say, we do ride bikes for a reason, and that reason is it's an added element of freedom. You know, shit like that as well. The amount of people you go past and they look at you and they're just like, give me a rev. I know, you got to do it. Some of the the only thing I don't like is when I see kids and they got their hands over their ears, because they obviously these bikes can be loud, so I try not to like be too much of a menace, hooligan, public, you know, menace to society. But a lot of people like the sound of these bad boys, so if they want us for a rev bomb, who am I to deny them that beautiful sound in their ears of my V-twin engine roaring like a tiger. Motorcycling is very good, I think, for your mental health, and people are talking about mental health a lot more these days, especially in men, because let's face it, you know, you can be as tough as you like, but everyone has shit days and everybody feels depressed sometimes, and you know, I'm pretty happy most of the time, but we all have a day or so. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, you know. Sometimes people have a lot harder lives than others. Some of us are more fortunate in life than others. So yeah, mental health and making people feel good about themselves is certainly a very important factor in bike, and I think that's also why it attracts so many people. But I think because you're so connected to what you're doing with this, you have to concentrate. But at the same time you're concentrating, oh look, they got ram raided by a forklift truck about a week ago. Someone stole a cash machine. Naughty boys. But yeah, like I say, it's kind of like the concentration is almost like meditative state, because I say you're concentrating so much on riding, but you're also kind of like not concentrating about anything else in the world. So like with meditation, like they say to empty your mind, it's pretty difficult if you ever tried it. But with bikes, like, it's kind of like you're just riding, so you haven't got time to think about paying bills and, you know, the argument you might have had with your missus or something, or your job or work. All those worries seem to disappear, which is why, back to my point about biking being like a form of therapy and good for your mental health, it's because I think it makes you concentrate on something else totally. So it's like meditation on two wheels. You're just thinking about riding your bike. You've got to concentrate, you've got to make sure you're not going to get killed. You've got to do what you've got to do, you've got to think ahead of you. If someone stops and the brake lights go off, be watching ahead for them brake lights. You know, that's why I think it's good for you. It's like emptying your mind, other than just the bike is it. That's it, you and the bike. We haven't had many adventures this last year because the world went crazy due to COVID. But this year, I hope everything starts getting a bit more chill and we can start, you know, get them adventures rolling. I'm going to have adventures, whatever happens, one way or another, but I'd like it to be a bit more chill so everyone can be, you know, enjoy themselves and we can get together a bit more. I'd like to see all you guys, you know, UK. I want to get over to the States, my friends in Europe. My adventures are going to cover all of these places. I want to go, that's why, you know, I like to make friends on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, other bikers from around the world. When I go to their places and their areas, I want to, you know, have people I can sort of, you know, talk to and relate to, and vice versa. When you come to the UK or sort of my area down in Kent, then come and say hi. You know, we'll take you on our little rides out somewhere we like to go, where we like to eat, because we're a community and let's look after each other. Alright guys, I'm going to stop talking. I might just let you enjoy some of the ride.